Hello YouTubes, my name is Ralph and welcome to the first ever English review for my channel. Today we're going to be looking at a very interesting game that I've enjoyed playing it so much. Can you guess the name? Probably you can. You know why? Because it's in the title of the video. The game is Ghost of Tsushima. This game is really interesting. It's full of intrigue, it's full of honor and vengeance. Let's go to the review! Ghost of Tsushima is an open-world game developed by Sucker Punch Studios. It's based on 13th century feudal Japan. The game tells the story of Jin Sakai, the only surviving samurai from the Mongol attack on Tsushima Island, and his journey to liberate the island from the invasion. Jin Sakai is the head of his clan and will be divided between honor and revenge as he realizes that to face his enemies, he has to change what a samurai fundamentally is. Fighting with honor is no longer a possibility against the ruthless Mongols, and Jin will have to adapt his ways in order to liberate his country and become the Ghost of Tsushima. All this on a very beautiful map that truly makes it a pleasure to explore, whether it is on horseback, on foot, or stealthily among the tall grass. The amount of color and details in the game makes it a unique experience at every moment. Its photography mode is impressive to say the least, with the number of options it has to alter the time of day, the type of weather, leaves with different colors, angles, and more. You could spend hours just taking a picture. Something that I found very impressive is a filter in the options called the Kurosawa filter that transforms the game into an all black and white movie in the best style of the great Akira Kurosawa and his movies like Yojimbo or Rashomon. The music and the ambient sound in general is also one of the strengths in this title, adding to the already magnificent immersion that this game has managed to have, definitely making me come back again and again. In my opinion, this game has better sunsets than The Witcher 3, and this is saying a lot in this department for any game, since The Witcher 3 sunsets have remained unsurpassed since its release. As for combat, Ghost of Tsushima does a decent job at providing good combat flow so that it doesn't feel slow, but it doesn't feel like a video game character just slashing a katana around all willy-nilly either. Combat mechanics are relatively easy to learn, but they do have more depth than that. From different combat stances to deal with different types of enemies, like the stone stance for enemies with swords or the water stance for enemies with shields, they provide advantages against them, and it makes you decide moment by moment how you want to face certain enemies. Even the parry mechanic, giving you an opening attack, it does not feel very fluid at first, and it takes a little getting used to it. The window of opportunity it gives is not much either, but most of the times you pull it off, it's the certain death of that enemy. You also have access to a bow with different types of arrows and a variety of projectile weapons with different utilities. The standoff mechanics, or the one-on-one combat, is an excellent addition to this game. When you approach a group of enemies or a stronghold, you can choose to challenge their strongest warrior in a duel of speed, giving you the advantage if you manage to defeat him. In general, the combat is well done and it's quite satisfactory without having to be revolutionary or having to reinvent something. It has a small learning curve, but once you get the hang of it, it's very impressive to cut down enemies with the precision and skill of a samurai. At first, you may hit the air many times. Like any open world worth its salt, Ghost of Tsushima is a huge map to explore, full of quests to do, characters to meet, secret places to explore, each with their own rewards, as if the beautiful scenery wasn't reward enough. There is a wide variety of activities, from finding secret shrines, hidden thermal bath, to high places to ride a haiku, each with its respective reward for finding or completing them. Most of the rewards translate directly into Jin's combat skills, but there are also cosmetic rewards such as armor colors, different models for the katana too. As for missions, there is the main story, which is the journey of Jin Sakai to liberate Tsushima, and additional missions called Tales of Tsushima. Some are stories from people you meet along the way, others are stories linked to a character who will help Jin in his story. Although the missions are not copies of each other and manage to make each one unique, they can fall a bit into the repetition of the type of mission. This is not the case for Mythical Tales, which in and of themselves are a small journey that ends in a good reward, such as a powerful new ability or mythical equipment to help Jin. Also on the map, you can liberate villages and fortresses occupied by the Mongols to discover the map and free Tsushima from its enemies. All of these activities and more contribute to growing your legend, unlocking skill points that you can use to acquire new skills and become the avenging ghost of Tsushima. The map is revealed as you explore. What's more interesting than that is the way in which you are guided to your objectives, since the game doesn't show you an arrow or the direction of your objective in the regular interface. Instead, it does something out of the ordinary, and I would like to see this more often in future games. Once you mark your target on the map and slide your finger up on the touchpad, the wind will blow in the direction of your marked target, either a pre-existing marker on the map or a personal pin that you have dropped to guide yourself. The game offers a good level of customization. You have access to a number of equipment such as armor, masks, hats, swords, and bows, each of these with their own benefits and some cosmetic equipment. Armor and weapons can be upgraded once you gather the materials necessary to do so, giving you better tools for Jin. In addition to this, there are also a large number of objects that can be attached to the katana, giving you different passive advantages and changing your playstyle, or maybe improving the playstyle that best suits you, whether you prefer more of a ranged combat, cut down your opposition one by one, or sneak past them and getting rid of them quietly. The decision is yours as to Jin's customization and how you like to play the game. Ghost of Tsushima is a great title to say goodbye to the PS4 with. Not that it introduces anything revolutionary or tries to invent something new, it simply is a clear example of a well-applied open-world formula with the right level of difficulty, depth, and immersion. It is a game in which, after more than 30 hours played, I still want to return and there are still things to do. Visually, it's a wonder to appreciate. Combat has that feeling of using precise cuts and movements of a samurai, which makes it so satisfying once you get the hang of it. Especially the parry mechanics. All this with an interesting personalization system that comes together to create a great game that for now will be the closest thing that Assassin's Creed fans will have to one located in Japan. The game alone is a delight to play and explore, either for 5 minutes or for 2 hours. What do you think about the game? Personally, I loved it very much. Do you think it's a good candidate for Game of the Year award? Let me know down below in the comments. Before I go, I want to leave you with this week's phrase. Can you tell me who said this? Life, it's all about resolve. Outcome is secondary. If you know the answer, also let me know in the comments down below. Please don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell button to receive notifications when we upload new videos. And if you like this video, please like and share. Thank you so much. Goodbye.